Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
He'll come out throwing here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run with Michelle. And with this offense, what about DJ Fluker?
Came out of Alabama, could play tackle, could play guard. He's so big, Brandon, I think he plays both at the same time.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll drop the throw. Cooper's got it. There he goes, Amari Cooper. Touchdown, 49ers. Amari Cooper. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
This will be fielded at the 6. Fights him off, and he'll be out of bounds across the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 5'11 quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
He's always been an incredible decision maker on the field. Takes care of the ball really well, puts his team in the right positions, makes sure the play calls are accurate. Also was a minor league baseball player. Didn't hit very well there. I think he made a great career choice picking football.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Nickel Roby-Coleman up to make the tackle. And the tight end, Zach Ertz, is key in this offense as we get a look at the starters.
Comes out of the factory known as Stanford, which keeps putting out tight ends. Zach Ertz, one of the better ones we've seen in recent years.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go double count right here, double count.
Now it's Carson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 17 carries, 62 yards.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working, and they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Alert, alert.
They'll run on first down. Crawford. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. A gain of 3, second down. This is how the defense will look for San Francisco. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
This is an area of the game that they definitely have to improve because right now, against the pass, top 10 in the league. But against the run, that's where the struggles have come in. Got to find a way to make sure they stop runners before they get started.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 30. So first and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down now, it's Carson, and he'll get it down this time to the 17. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league. It's told me repeatedly it's a big man's game. It's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. This is Carson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Pass interference. Defense.
Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They run with the former Pitt Panther, Quadri Olison, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, second and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so, and one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A.J. Green. His third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
That's it, buddy. You got to go.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. These two teams all tied after 1. He'll look to throw. That's out to his running back, Michel. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. 2nd and 11. To the left side, complete. That's Ward. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 16. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. He'll look to throw. He'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. And some concerns caused him to slip to the 5th round. I guess if you're him, the good news is you kind of flew under the radar. Maybe expectations are low. You can come in and prove something.
And a lot to prove because those off-field concerns that creep in on you, you want to prove that they're all wrong, that they don't matter, that you are a much better player than what people picked you.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice play there.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work, and the Lions will take over. Oftentimes with these gadget plays, these fakes, we focus on the offense and say, hey, they practiced this week. They were, but the defense has practiced these situations too.
And just look at it this way. The 2 owners sitting up in their boxes, one is saying, boy, is my team more prepared, and the other one's like, I got to talk to my coaches. What were they thinking?
And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. It's caught. Jones. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 7, and they pick up the 1st.
Well, sometimes it doesn't appear like much. The out route can be very dangerous when you throw it to a guy like Julio Jones. If you try and undercut it, he can turn into a big play. But the reason he's able to get it so often is because of his ability to push people deep, and they have to respect that.
On 1st down, it's Crawford. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Watch the pass.
They'll run on first down. Carson, 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. On third down, Wilson. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On first down, it's Carson. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, Wilson complete to Jones. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions, even when you're taking some hits. Sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions step up and make those throws, and he did that.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Carson. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Jonathan Allen Coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They run again with Carson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
They go play action now. Wilson. Caught by Jones. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
They'll run on first down. It's Crawford. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing is Wilson. Green brings it in. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 19. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. They run it with Carson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Check 50, check 50. What's that? 52.
From the gun, Wilson. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, You see a lot of guys sag, and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. But sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Back to throw here. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And Detroit getting set to go now. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Cut. 380. Choose the mic. Here we go.
They'll begin the drive with Carson. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Play to win. Let's go.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down now, it's Crawford, and not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
They go play action with Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
Go. 50. Plant. Recon. 132 fighter. Get it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They'll run out of the gun with Michelle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. They run it again with Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll get this one to his tight end. That's Jason Kroon. 18 yards, first down Niners. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll set up to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ward. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So the pass goes out of bounds, but he was not outside of the tackle box when he threw that. He's got to be careful.
You and I both know if it's even close, they're going to give it to the quarterback. They don't want to throw that flag unnecessarily. So if you're just in the area, you're going to be okay.
Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Keeps himself upright. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, very smart play right there. Pocket collapsing around him. Love the way he moved around a little bit and avoided the sack.
Sanders' kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Chris Carson trotting back out there. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in the game.
Yeah, about 4 in the game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Got it.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. He completes it to Jones. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Watch out.
They'll keep it on the ground. Crawford. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw on 3rd down, Wilson, and he connects with Ertz. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Go. 5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. One left.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
14.
Now Wilson caught by the tight end Ertz. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On 1st down, Carson, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
I'm going back to you. Shit. Hey, 0. Hey, 0. 52.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Carson. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Detroit, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what?